don't need to rely solely on their starters. They've got a lot of firepower coming off the bench.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of talent on display for both sides. And that depth makes each team more unpredictable on offense. Both sides have a number of guys who can step up on any given night.
And the starting lineup for the Grizzlies. Inside, it's the pair of Jackson Jr. and Adams. Bain and Brooks out on the wing. And it's Morant in at the point. Now here's Wall. Kicks it to George. Oh, the swat by Adams.
And Steven Adams just throwing that one out of the way.
Now Morant. Drives to the hoop. Deflected. Morris with it. Guarded by Morant. Leonard for three. Grizzlies with the rebound. In 2013, Steven Adams was selected 12th overall by OKC, the first rounder born in New Zealand.
Yeah, B.A. Well, I mean, Adams is blazing a new trail. An example for kids in his home island of New Zealand. You, too, can become an NBA player.
Now here's Morris. And there's Leonard on the assist from Morris.
Kawhi confident in that shot there. Just gets the ball. He really didn't waste any time.
From deep, Morant. Adams, the pass to Morant. And he drives in. And then Morant with the jam.
This guy is putting on a clinic for the people.
Man, I'm shocked. I can't believe he pulled that off in a real game. Wall attacking. The kick out to Morris. Lets the three fly. Doesn't go for him. Now Memphis takes it the other way. Here's Morant. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. That one on Morris.
Come on, this kid is electric. Morant draws a lot of fouls with the way he plays.
And Morant drops them both.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Wall, the pass to Morris. The kick out to Wall. And that comes off the assist by Morris.
Coming into the league, Wall didn't take many threes, but he's added this dimension to his game.
Morris against Brooks. Throws it up high. And the dunk by Jackson.
An opportunistic player. When Jackson sees an alley-oop opportunity, he doesn't pass it up.
George against Bain. Morris for three. Oh, and another three for the Clippers.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Now here's Morant. He has six.
That is what I'm talking about. Wow. I mean, just an agile move by Morant down low, working around the contact and getting it to go.
The 2021-22 season felt like a lost one for the Clippers. Kawhi and Paul George both hurt.
So true. I mean, but B.A., those two together, healthy, are scary. A finals-level duo. It kind of shows you how you can plan, build an awesome roster, but injuries can derail it all.
Now here's Bain. Jackson, the pass to Morant. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Here's George. And George with the jam.
Paul George just quick and smooth that time coming down the lane.
Here's Morant. Give him 8 points now. They get the rebound. And the foul called on John Wall.
John Wall.
That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Morant with it. On the wing, Bain. Back to Morant. Shot clock at 5. Memphis needs to get off a shot. It's stolen by Wall.
You could stay active on defense. Good things usually happen right there. Quick hands help alter what would have been a sure two there.
Give them a hand, fans. That was the Jabberwocky.
There's 57 seconds left in the first quarter. George outside. Out to Leonard. George outside. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Personal foul.
And the standout skill of Paul George is the fact that on both ends of the court, he's going to affect the outcome of the game.
Taking 2 shots.
And he sinks the second.
When you look at the massive hauls that have been received in the trades with Paul George, that should tell you how valuable PG is.
Now here's Brooks. Well, he hasn't put up any points yet in this one. From deep, Morant counted from distance.
You got to appreciate the consistency. Night in and night out, he brings it.
And here's Wall. The kick out to Morris. George outside. Driving to the basket, and some nice defense there to end the quarter. And at the end of one, a closely contested game.
And your Clippers U15. Coming onto the court.
And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for the Clippers?
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep, and they have been thus far.
Well, not only that, but you love how unselfish they've been to start this game. That's going to get all the guys in a great flow and feeling good. So moving that ball around and scoring off assists, it's a nice way to play.
The two-way threats of George and Leonard with the wing pair. Morris and Zubats play together in the front court. And it's Wall in at the point guard position. That's the group for the Clippers starting the second. And here are the Clippers now. Following the bucket by the Grizzlies. Kicks it to George. Zubats screen. Shot on the wing. And that one's long.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
Morant. And it's Wall with the block.
Oh, nicely timed by Wall. Just so gifted with tremendous length at his position.
It's stolen by Wall. Stolen by Jackson. Here's Morant. There's the drive. And then Morant with the jam.
Plays with so much confidence. When Morant gets in the zone, he stays aggressive.
Wall, the pass to George. Oh, Adams with the block. You know, some have said those old school power forwards, guys like Charles Oakley, they're becoming outdated. You see that, Grant?
Well, first of all, the physicality in the game is no more. The way Oakley would hit you and bruise you, you can't do that in today's game. And guys like Oakley are now playing the 5 position, and they're shooting 3-pointers. So a lot of it just is because the game has changed and evolved since the 90s when Oakley dominated.
A great skill level in the game right now.
No question.
And Kawhi getting up that time, just owning all the airspace around the rim.
Now Morant, 15 points in the game. And then Morant with the dunk.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Yeah, well, I settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that.
Here's George. The Grizzlies making their last shot. Zubats, screen. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Second personal.
That's on Steven Adams.
First team.
The length and the athleticism combination of Paul George is very hard to guard.
George hits them both. And we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second. Brooks outside. And there's the lob. Oh, and a nice defensive play to disrupt the lob. And a deep 3 from Leonard. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Memphis leading. Outside Morant.
2 minutes.
And then Morant with the dunk.
2 minutes.
Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Bain, the pass to Jackson. Takes it inside. Outside Morant. Brooks finds Morant. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Jackson. Outside Bain. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
That's defense. LA basketball.
Here's Wall. It's George on the wing. Back to Wall. Leonard with the ball. Kicks it to George. Just 5 on the clock. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Well, the early years when Paul George came into the league with the Pacers, you wondered how his frame would fill out. It's filled out nicely.
Wall against Morant. And then Morant with the dunk.
Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Now here's Morris. Pass to Wall. The Clippers got to hurry. Late clock here. George for 3. Connects from downtown. George has got 8 here in this quarter.
Just deadly from outside. PG getting some space. Does not hesitate there.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. And here's Morant outside. Los Angeles has gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. Leonard attacking. And the dunk by Leonard. These teams have really gone back and forth.
Yeah, 5 lead changes already. This one's going to be a battle for sure.
Here's Morant. And then Morant with the jam.
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy. Focused on finishing. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Grizzlies out in front, leading by a point. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter.
For the Jabberwockies.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Oh, a fantastic game from Ja Morant in this one.
His whole first half looked like a highlight reel, rising up and just owning the rim.
Yeah, the defense has got to be a little bit embarrassed. There is no reason why he should just be on top of that rim.
On the court for Memphis, Bain and Brooks out on the wing. Inside, it's the pair of Jackson Jr. and Adams. And it's Morant in at the point. Here he goes. Here's Adams. And that one's good with extra effort on the glass.
Well, Steven Adams always working the offensive glass, strong and aggressive in there, and gets that second chance hoop.
Jackson, the pass to Kennard, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Desmond Bain. That's his first foul. So Memphis ends up going with a new group. Grizzlies on D. It's a three-point game. Out to Covington. Fires the 3. He can't get it to go. Now Memphis takes it the other way. Pass to Conchar. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up, and you can't knock it down. I know this much about Robert Covington. You'll never find him short on effort. This is a high-energy guy on both ends of the floor.
Well, Brent, any team loves to have a guy like Covington setting an example with his all-out play.
Yeah, B.A., you know how there are guys that bring along everybody with their offensive game? Covington does that with the defense. He's out there, he gives effort, he dives on the floor, he's going for loose balls, and all of a sudden the energy of the team is right behind Robert Covington's defense.
And he's going for the oop here. And Williams punches it home.
Beautiful setup on the alley-oop.
Great catch, great flush. Jackson down low, working on Jones. Covington passes to Kennard. Beyond the arc. Clark grabs the board. The Grizzlies have gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. Conchar can't hit.
Oh, he wants that one over again, I guarantee that. Nobody's even in the neighborhood.
Outside Covington. Back to Kennard. Gets a very good look and converts.
And he got a good look at the hands of Covington.
Well, the Grizzlies shooting an amazing 61%, looking confident. And he lobs it up to the rim, and Williams punches it home.
Just flawless timing right there.
Right? The dish, the catch, the flush, the whole thing was perfect. Out to Powell. Outside Covington. Kennard on the wing. 6 to shoot. This for the tie. On target from range. Kennard's got 5 points in the quarter.
And you love that. That's one of the strengths of Luke Kennard's game.
2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 2 minutes.
We've got 1:55 left in the third. Jones. Kennard with the rebound. Los Angeles has gone 5 of 12 from three-point range tonight. And the lob disrupted. Not to be. Here we go. 1-on-1. Oh, deflected. Clark finds Williams. Here's Conchar. And it's off from three-point range.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
Powell outside. Picked by Covington for the lead. And the bucket is good from Powell in deep.
Great determination as Norman Powell just shook off that bump.
Outside Jones. 4-3. Ooh, the Grizzlies with another miss. The Clippers in the lead. Now here's Batum. Boy, he's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Here's Powell. With the drive. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. And the Clippers lead by 4.
Now, Norman Powell has a lot of strength, and that time he played to it.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Outside Jones. And he's going for the lob. And Williams punches it home. 27 seconds left to play in the third quarter here. Jackson with it. 16 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Covington. That shot missing. Some solid defense from Williams. Just 3 on the clock. And Williams punches it home.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. That's the end of the third, and it's tied up. And we've got... All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. The two-way threats of George and Leonard are the wing pair. Morris and Zubats play together in the front court. And it's Wall in at the 1. That's who's out there for the Clippers. George against Bain. Shoots. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. The drive by Brooks. And he throws it down with one hand.
cutting into this lead. They're well within striking distance.
Just much sharper out there. You can see guys getting in tune. It's not about playing harder. Sometimes it's just about playing smarter.
The kick out to Morris. Fires from deep. He buries it from 3. And the Clippers lead by 1.
Not sure when Kawhi saw him, but the fact is he did, and he delivered. It's a great pass.
Up top, Brooks. Oh, there's Morant with the slam. Coming down the stretch. It's still anyone's game.
Incredible effort and energy on both sides. These guys must be gassed.
Bain against George. Leonard outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the dunk by Leonard.
And so little can be done to stop that. Leonard with the jets to screen down the lane, then tops it off with the thunder finish.
Here's Morant. And the shot goes. Morant's gotten 4 this quarter.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
The kick out to Morris. Back to Wall. Pass to George. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. That's on Steven Adams.
Well, height and length at that position for Paul George, that's problematic for a defender. And he used his size to draw the foul that time.
George hits them both. And here are the Grizzlies now. They trail by 1. Here's Morant on the take. And then Morant with the dunk.
The quick feed of Morant. He's so dangerous when he's cutting to the rim.
Wall against Morant. Wall, the pass to George. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Personal foul.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
Paul George.
George hits them both.
He knows just how important these shots are, and he makes them count.
The Grizzlies have gotten 4 of 5 attempts to fall so far in the 4th. Right side, Morant. Jackson, left side. Oh, Morris with a steal. Here's George. And the jam by George.
Paul George stepping up big time.
Memphis trailing here. Outside Morant. We've got 1:48 left in the 4th quarter. Ooh, good work defensively by Morris. Boy, the offense has been on point.
They have great timing and great communication. So hard to get stops against them.
Out to Leonard. There's the 3. And good. Coming on the assist by Wall. Wall's got 3 assists in the game.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
They're pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
1:14 left in the game. Wall, the pass to Zubac. And it's slammed in by Zubac.
You can trust Wall to find those openings. He's a talented distributor who wouldn't miss that chance.
And here's Morant outside. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
That doesn't happen all that often, but Steven Adams stepping up big here.
52 seconds left in the 4th quarter here. George passes to Morris. Clock at 6. Here's Leonard. And it's in.
And as a defender, you are left somewhat helpless to stop that. Leonard with too many moves in his arsenal and a flood of ice water in his veins.
Morant, no good.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. And here's Leonard. From deep three-point range. And no good. So it's the Clippers picking up the win. All right, Allie, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Britt.
you think of with both these teams, Greg? Their athleticism. Some high flyers on the court tonight.
And, Kev, it's not just about the aerial skills, though. There are some guys out there who can flat out wear you down with their ability to run the floor.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. At the forward spots, it's Brooks and Jackson Jr. In at the guard spots, Morant and Bain. And it's Adams in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Clock is at 3. Ring shot on the way. And Desmond Bain pulls it down. Now the Grizzlies with it. Adams with it. Picked up by Edwards. Here's Jackson. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
And that is quickly becoming Jackson's domain. He's such a strong finisher in the paint.
Here's Edwards. There's the drive. And Edwards with the stuff.
Oh, I dunk you very much.
He can really fly. And you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too. And you've got 2 points. Morant with a wide open look. And it's Adams on the follow.
Well, simply stated, Steven Adams is a force to be reckoned with rebounding the basketball.
No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. Drills it from outside. Edwards got 5.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line. So Morant will go to the free throw line. That's on D'Angelo Russell. The Grizzlies shooting their first free throw of the game.
Numbers last year for them, just about 73%, so the bottom third of the league.
Now here's Edwards. He has 5. And finished off by Edwards.
Oh, give me a little sauce. Anthony Edwards rise high and finish over the defender.
Well, Greg, with this Memphis Grizzlies team, you like how young and how hungry they are. It's very appealing.
And these players have bought into the system. This is a selfless group that knows each other's strengths, and it's why they've seen so much success here of late.
And here's Russell after the three-pointer from Desmond Bain. Out to Edwards. And Edwards with the stuff.
Goodness, Anthony Edwards, always on the attack. This guy is just so dynamic.
Morant surveying the D. Oh,
goodness. And that's impressive. Morant's ball control and take charge attitude is what makes him so special.
Gobert with a screen for Edwards. His three-pointers off the mark. And the Grizzlies leading by 3. Morant outside.
2 minutes.
It's hauled in by Edwards. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And finished off by Edwards.
Boy, the quickness off the dribble drive by Anthony Edwards. Being able to put it on the deck, so important.
Here's Morant with the drive. And then Morant slams it in.
Yeah, that's fire right there. Morant practicing for the dunk contest. I see you, young fella.
Outside, Russell. Out to the wing. Towns kicks to Edwards. And he elevates for the slam dunk. Steven Adams did not like that at all.
Well, you can see Anthony Edwards trying to probe and create an opportunity to get off the dribble drive, sees that window, and exploits it.
And then Morant slams it in.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Oh, look at him punish that rim. Russell from long range. Towns kicks to Russell. Out to Edwards. And he drives in and finished off by Edwards.
Well, Anthony Edwards says, yes, you're playing exceptional defense, but my offensive game is better. I'm up a solid 225.
Here's Morant. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. For Memphis, they have shot just 1 free throw early. 1 for 1 in the game. That's good from Morant. Doris, one thing that stood out about the Timberwolves last season was their fast-paced play.
No doubt, Kevin, and you can trace that directly to the head coaching position in Chris Finch. This is a group that loved to push the basketball up the floor, wanted to catch defenses before they had a chance to dig in the half court. And remember, that is the classic mark of a youthful team, particularly one with the athleticism that Anthony Edwards brings.
Now here's Towns, still looking for his first bucket in this one. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. 7 seconds left here in the first quarter. Brooks, left side. Both teams have it going here early. Still close through the first quarter. Grizzlies.
Please give a big round of applause for the Bucks.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And taking a look at the Grizzlies' performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
They just came into this game with the mindset of sharing the basketball.
When you keep everyone involved at the offensive end, it keeps everyone engaged in other areas as well.
So on the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. The wingmen are Bain and Brooks. Adams is the pivot for him with Jackson Jr. at the 4. And it's Morant in at point guard. And here we go. Here's Brooks. And it's Russell with the rebound.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Prince, the pass to Gobert. A second chance effort. Out to Russell. Foul call. Looked like the D didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws.
Well, Anthony Edwards has the kind of frame and skill set that can make him a force. But it all comes down to paying the price and putting in the work now.
So he gets them both.
And how about the impact Anthony Edwards?
This guy's a real game changer on the floor. Scores it at a high clip, can play big inside and play big outside. Does everything on the floor with a passion, with a joy, and with a flair.
Jackson against Towns. And the basket by Jackson.
And great from deep. Jackson, no issues hitting the mid-range either. Another big who has range in the new NBA.
Now here's Edwards. 17 points in the game. Pass to Gobert. Goes to the reverse layup and puts it in.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Russell against Morant. Wow, that was a strong dunk.
That is nice. Just as quick as anyone in this league, Morant can seemingly get to the hole at will.
Now here's Edwards. Oh, the line to Gobert. And finished off by Gobert.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Oh!
And I'm amazed at Morant's ability to take contact and still stay in full control.
Down low. And Adams sends it back. Morant outside. In the corner, it's Bain. Morant against Russell. And it's Morant. That time on the assist by Bane.
Desmond Bane.
Now it's a 7-point Grizzly lead. Bane against Edwards. To the middle. On the pass to Prince. 5 to shoot.
2 minutes.
Russell from long range. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Guys, you have to remember when thinking and talking about the Minnesota Timberwolves, it's an organization that is still so young.
Memphis moving that ball around. Morant drives in and finished off by Morant.
Yeah, Steven Adams' instinct is to pass it first, and what instincts he has. Wow, pretty play.
Russell passes to Edwards. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. You know, basketball historians will remember that the Minneapolis Lakers, Doris, won 5 titles before relocating to Los Angeles in 1960.
And I think the current crop of T-Wolves fans, Kevin, see this as a completely different franchise from that historic team. In their minds, they haven't won a championship yet, and that fact should really motivate this current roster to get one for this group.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Some guys just relish the challenge, find a way, and he does.
Now, here is Russell. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him, and that one is good.
Anthony Edwards plays with joy, and you love to see him get his teammates involved. Pretty pass.
It's Morant with the drive.
You know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's the only option.
Memphis shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
At the line for the Grizzlies, Ja Morant.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time.
Already embracing his role as a leader on this team. Morant brings a strong work ethic and winning mentality to this team.
Now Prince, following the miss by Ja Morant from deep. Edwards kicks to Towns. At 3 off the mark. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Brooks the pass to Morant. Adams with the screen on Russell. And Morant gets it to go.
And relentless in his attack, Morant is wearing down the defense, putting up some huge numbers here tonight.
Pass to Gobert. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that
backcourt. 47, the Grizzlies, 36. Let's hear it for the Jabberwockies!
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
I have to love his tenacity. This guy stays in attack mode, makes defense.
And just so dynamic at that lead guard position. Morant there just stuffs it.
Here's McLaughlin. Guarded by Morant. McLaughlin, the pass to Anderson. Here's Noel. And Adams sends it back.
This is one of the toughest bigs in the league. Steven Adams challenging opponents defensively. Nicely done.
Timberwolves trail by 11. And something you always hear about Jaden McDaniels, Doris, is how effortless he makes the game look.
Kev, when I watch this guy play, I feel like he glides through an NBA game. There's a finesse that you don't necessarily see from players his size. He's a handful on the low block. This young man is brimming with potential.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group. Here's Jones. Reed with the block. They recover it. Here's Green. Kicks it out to Jones. No good on the triple. The Timberwolves shooting indicative of smooth offensive play. Up at 60%. They're a machine from the floor. Shot is good, and the Memphis lead's cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Anderson.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Here's Williams, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And to watch NBA offense when the ball is hopping, I think you'd agree, it is beautiful. The precision, the grace, the timing. How much of that, Doris, is just making the simple pass?
I think the best basketball is played when players think, what is the next right play? And so often, Kevin, that is simply moving the basketball. On the catch, you're in triple threat position. But as soon as you don't have anything, move it to the next guy. So I couldn't agree more.
And the Grizzlies leading by 8. Conchar, the pass to Williams. On the wing, Jones. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Here's Conchar. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It goes on Kyle Anderson. The Grizzlies have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game.
Conchar taking 2 shots.
And the second free throw, good. Timberwolves trail by 9. Here's Noel. Over in the corner, McDaniels. Cans it from downtown. McDaniels got himself on the board with 3 there.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Jones, the pass to Clark. Green with the ball. Working on McDaniels. Here's Clark. Rebound, Minnesota.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Floats it up for Williams. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
I think this is an underrated aspect of Danny Green's game, his vision as a passer.
Here's McLaughlin, defended by Jones. From outside the arc, down low. Williams finds Clark. Good, great play by Williams to set it up. And it's a 10-point Memphis lead.
You got to know this is Clark's skill set at this stage of his career. He takes quality shots when he's inside.
The kick out to Anderson. Reed with it, working on Williams. A shake, puts the move on. 4 seconds left. Rips in the dunk off the timely pump fake.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe. Here's McLaughlin, defended by Jones. McDaniels uses the glass to finish the win. McDaniels got 5 points now this quarter.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Outside, Jones. A crossover, and it's good on the way in. And the Grizzlies lead by 8.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
Well, sometimes it's about taking it into your own hands. That kind of individual play could spark his group.
Passes it to Conchar. And Jordan McLaughlin picks up the foul here. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Foul, 4th team foul. Substitution on the board.
Jackson a screen on Edwards.
Boy, when he is contesting shots, you see the potential on the defensive defensive end, Anthony Edwards.
And offensively, a great show for the fans. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court dish.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. On the court for Memphis to start the 4th. In at the guard spots, Morant and Bain. At the forward spots, it's Brooks and Jackson Jr. And it's Adams in at the 5. And that rejection had some mustard on it. Huge, huge play.
And that has got to help the morale of this team. Let's see if that sets up a run here.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Taylor Jenkins just reviewed his plan with his team. He said, I want us to play as though we're behind. We're good when we play with urgency. We're bad when we become complacent. Don't become complacent. Let's go. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated.
And that strength and concentration from Anthony Edwards. Yes, there's contact. Doesn't bother him.
It's Gobert with the ball for Minnesota. 4-point game. There's the lob to Towns. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Unbelievable. That's the big cat. So fluid at the center position.
Morant against Russell. Lays it up off the glass. Morant's got 31.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Here's Edwards. And his hot hand continues. 10 of 11 from the floor and looking for more.
Well, Anthony Edwards came into the league with a reputation as a scorer. He is starting to hum a little bit right here.
Russell against Morant. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Morant's got 33 points.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Russell dishes to Towns, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Well, the more repetition he gets, the more floor awareness you develop. D'Angelo Russell showing a desire to get his teammates involved.
It's rebounded by Towns.
Oh, no excuse for a guy of his caliber. You've got to finish that slam. Got to be a little embarrassed by that.
It's good.
And wow, what a time to tie this game up, guys.
Incredible fortitude to bounce back like this. I think we're setting up for an awesome finish.
Morant passes to Adams. Brooks with no one around. Offline with his 3. And man, is this team on a roll right now offensively, Greg. So fun to watch.
They're playing with so much confidence, which is why they're tearing it up on this end.
Man, if you're going to be a star, D'Angelo Russell, those are the shots you've got to make.
Here's Morant. And he goes right over D'Angelo Russell and slams it down.
No stranger to big moments. Morant wants to be the man to take and make the big shot.
Right side, Russell. A 3-pointer off the mark. Memphis trailing here. Morant drives in. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
Oh, an easy look, but he decides to be a crowd pleaser. I'm sure he's upset for attempting that one.
The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the 4th. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Now here's Morant for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Morant's got 38 points.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
Outside, Russell. And Gobert kicks to Russell. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
And typically, he's reliable from the line. Let's see if Russell can come up here big for his team.
And so Russell hits them both.
He is absolutely the guy you want at the line in that situation. It just shows you how much he loves these moments.
Here's Morant. Oh!
My goodness.
A huge shot from Morant. Wow, you see why they put the ball in his hands in those situations.
And Edwards launches it from deep. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Brooks the best of Bain. On the shot clock. Loads it up there for Morant. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
Boy, how big might this sort of mistake play out? You never know, but sometimes these are game changers.
Hustle against Morant. Kicks it out to Prince. Count it!
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together, everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
Morant outside. Money!
Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
And the Timberwolves call time. They're behind by 1. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Now headed to the floor, it's your Minnesota Timberwolves dancers.
Here's Russell with the 3, and there's the triple. A big three-pointer, but we might have a review here. And the officials are signaling
The previous play.
boy, this game hangs in the balance of the review now.
And the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing it up, and even before we look at the replay, I'm pretty sure he got that off in time.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
The officials have made their decision. The basket, as we thought, will count. It's a
The starting lineup for the visiting Memphis Grizzlies. At small forward,
Obviously, this is the type of game the fans really get up for. So do we, and the players as well.
Yeah, we all can't wait. These are the types of games you mentally circle on the calendar. And it's a test for the teams to see how championship ready they might be.
And the starting lineup for the Grizzlies. Brooks and Jackson, the defensive forward pair. Morant and Bain in the backcourt together. And it's Adams in at the center position. 5 on the clock. From deep, Morant. Oh, clanks that one. He's 0 for 1 to start.
Yeah, that old adage about being too wide open, not a thing. He just missed it.
Ayton. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
I mean, come on, a 7-footer with a 7'5" wingspan. Ayton beats everyone to the ball and converts easily.
Morant against Paul, and it's Morant off the drive. And then Morant with the dunk.
With the ball on the string, Ja Morant is toying with the defense. Beautiful. In the 2021-22 season, we saw Ja Morant go from a star to a bona fide superstar, averaging over 27 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds.
And now just over a minute played here in the first. And here's Morant from outside the arc. Gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
I think consistency from 3 is in Morant's future. On that shot, he was well balanced and focused.
Ball against Morant. Outside for Booker. Crowder outside. Just 5 to shoot. The Suns need to get off a shot. 3-pointer, Bridges. And he buries his first look. Well, Smitty with Morant. His ascension into superstardom was quicker than expected.
BA, before he tweaks his knee, he was in the top 5 for the MVP race, putting himself among the league's elite at the age of 22. And with his passion, he's only going to get better.
Stolen by Bain. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Morant. Phoenix grabs the miss.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
On the wing, Crowder. That one's good. Give the assist to Booker.
When it comes to scoring the ball, this is where Crowder's at his best. Off the catch.
And it's Morant off the drive. And then Morant with the dunk.
When you're trying to stop a guy like this, you have to match his intensity level.
Takes a 13-footer. That one a little long.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
Bain, the pass to Brooks. Here's Jackson to the right side. Up top, Morant. He's guarded by Paul. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Well, these Suns have had a successful past couple of seasons.
Yeah, BA. I mean, they certainly know the greatness they're capable of. They can give you a lot of confidence out there on the floor, even against other elite teams.
You know, some of Ja Morant's sequences remind you of a young Derrick Rose. He's that explosive.
Paul against Morant. Paul passes to Ayton. Bridges outside. Back to Ayton. Again, the Suns good for 2.
Love seeing Ayton take these mid-range jumpers. He realizes guys at his position have to hit these kind of shots.
Here's Morant going inside. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
And that takes skill and the ability to make adjustments as you're going up.
Out to Bridges. Back to Paul. Over Bain. And there's Paul. That one's good on the assist by Bridges. Paul's gotten his second bucket.
You can see just how polished a shooter Chris Paul is. His form could not be any better.
Oh,
wait a second. As creative as they come, John Morant has a style that's specifically his.
Morant against Paul. Outside Booker. Pass to Aiden. Outside for Booker. The three. Adams grabs the miss. The Grizzlies have gone 5 of 8. Solid opening quarter for them. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Here's Morant. It's hauled in by the Suns. Here's Paul. Outside Booker. Pass to Aiden. And Aiden with the stuff.
Yeah, looking at Aiden using all of his height and reach, slamming it down on a helpless defense.
Well, offense is the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. The Suns on top, leading by 4. Don't go away. We'll be...
Ladies and gentlemen, your Suns Youth Dance Team. All right,
and thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And take a look at the Suns' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Oh, what a first quarter. You love their willingness to make the extra pass.
And that's really hard on a defense, having to play deeper into the clock and having to cover a lot more ground.
The deadly pair of Paul and Booker are the backcourt. Crowder and Ayton, the bigs. And it's Bridges in at the 3. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns. From 17, that shot is off. And Phoenix the other way now.
Already a terrific career for Booker. 3-time All-Star. And then last year he was named to the All-NBA first team. Just a big honor.
Memphis trailing here. Brooks drives in. Outside Bain. The 3 is up. And Aiden pulls it down. And with Booker, it's not just the scoring. Grant, he does a little bit of everything.
Hey, B.A., I mean, you go back and look at last season. He had career highs in rebounds, steals, blocks. I mean, he's learned how to affect the game, even when his shot isn't falling, which is rare.
A nice shot by Booker.
Well, Booker can just bury you from the arc if you let him. He's a pretty efficient range shooter.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Brooks, the pass to Morant. Let's go with a 3. Not going to go that time. And Phoenix will come the other way. Bridges outside. Pass to Aiden. Outside Paul. Aiden, a screen on Morant. Top of the key. And good as it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. And it's a 9-point Suns lead. Morant with it, and Bridges picks him up defensively. Morant with the bucket. Morant's got 15 points.
Elite ball handler who can hit from every spot on the floor. Morant lighting them up tonight.
Pass to Booker. Here's the 3. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
Morant with the slam!
Well, Morant's awareness in the pick and roll is special. He usually makes the right reads.
Up top, Paul, hounded by Morant. And here's Crowder from the arc. Sinks it from distance. He has 6. And pick and rolls never more prevalent in the league than they are right now. And there's always someone the defense has to leave open in those scenarios, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., you know, it's amazing. It's such a simple play, but it's so difficult to defend, especially with the shooting that we now see in the NBA and the great spacing on the floor. It's a play, as you said, every team uses and executes well in their offensive attack.
If you look back to the Grizzlies postseason last year, there's one thing to remember. For most of their core guys, that was only their 2nd trip to the playoffs.
Crowder, pass to Paul. Pass to Bridges. 5 to shoot. It's good. The assist that time from Paul. Bridges has got his 2nd basket of the game.
This is CP3's game. He's all about trying to get his teammates involved.
Here's Morant. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Well, for that very young Grizzlies team, I'm thinking that playoff experience last year was invaluable, Smitty.
BA, no question. For every playoff game a young player gets under his belt, the more prepared he is for the next playoff run.
And it's Ja Morant with the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Booker fires from way outside. No good on the quick three. The Grizzlies have gotten just 2 of 6 field goals to go in the second. And he lobs it up top. Bane finds Jackson. Bane against Paul from 12 feet. And off the left side of the rim, it swirls in for him.
Beautiful touch from Desmond Bane. So good from the mid-range.
With the step back. Outside Paul. Pass to Booker. 6 on the shot clock. Three-pointer. Knocks it down from distance. Booker's got 9 points in the quarter.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They came in focused and they've executed.
Here's Jackson. Up and over Crowder. Jackson can't get it to go. For Phoenix, they've gotten 6 of 9 attempts to go in the second. Looking good. Paul passes to Booker. Crowder outside. Fires for 3. Outside for Booker. To the wing on the left. He got it up. And that's not going to go.
I love how aggressive.
Devin Booker. He's feeling it tonight. He's been the driving force for the Phoenix Suns. Hitting 3 trays in the quarter, providing some sharp shooting. Back to the game after this break. Yeah, there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Oh, a fantastic game from Ja Morant in this one.
Using all that momentum behind him to finish with power. Gotta love watching him dive toward the rim.
His activity level has made an impact, and he is fearless.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Taylor Jenkins. They've got Tyus Jones. He's out there with John Conchar. Danny Green is out there with Brandon Clark. And it's Williams in at the power forward. And Danny Green gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And so here's Phoenix. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. Back to Johnson. Clock at 6. And here's Sharic for 3. It's rebounded by Memphis. Williams on the wing. From downtown. And it's Lee with the rebound. Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. And if you're just joining us, we play just over a minute here in the third. He drops it from range. Sharic has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Shot from the wing. No good off the back of the rim.
Well, it's a make-or-miss league. Sometimes the Jays just don't fall. It wasn't a bad shot.
And with the Memphis Grizzlies, Smitty, they felt like an underdog for as long as they've been around.
It seems to fuel each and every guy that plays here. BA, they want to prove the doubters wrong. It's something that has really brought this group together.
Here's Shaman. Well, no scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Brandon Clark. That's his first foul of the game. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Pass to Sharic. Puts up a 3. And the Suns get another 3.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
You know what? They talked about this at halftime, and they're doing a better job of creating space.
It's stolen by Johnson. Here's Lee. It's wide right, hits off the rim. The Grizzlies have gone 0 for 3 to start the second half. Here's Clark. Here's Green. Oh, they need this.
The rebounding numbers make it obvious why they're in front.
Effort's been there, check mark. The physicality, check mark. They set the tone for this game early on.
Pass to Lee. 5 on the clock. And here's Sharic for 3. The Grizzlies pull it in. Here's Williams. Jones up top. On the wing, Conchar. From deep.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Tips it up. It's good on the putback.
Now that takes a skillful touch.
Yeah, excellent control to just ease the ball back up and in. Here's Shamet. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game from him. Lee on the wing. Pass to Landale. From the high post. Phoenix no good that time either. Memphis has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Outside, Williams. Can't get it to drop. And Phoenix the other way now. 1:15 left in the third. Here's Shamet.
Grizzlies foul.
A line change here for Memphis.
First personal foul. 4th team foul. Substitution on the court.
We've got 1:08 left in the third quarter. Pass to Sharic. Shot clock at 6. From behind the arc. It's rebounded by Memphis. Adams has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Johnson against Brooks. Now here's Johnson. Guarded closely. 4-3. And Morant clears the board. Well, the Grizzlies shooting 36% for the game. Not great. Bain, the pass to Brooks. Yep, that one's good.
Tough to miss that man. Desmond Bain read the defense perfectly.
The Suns have gone cold here in this third quarter. Just 3 of 9. Here's Shamet, hounded by Morant. Pass to Sharic. Takes a 3. Sinks the tray. Sharic has got 9 points now in the second half.
As a big, unless you're a dedicated rim runner, have to be some kind of threat from distance.
Brooks, boom, he jams it straight down.
With the ball in his hands, Ja draws so much defensive attention. Got his teammate a clean look.
And so it's Phoenix out in front by 19 going into the break. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. Johnson is out there with Dario Saric. Then there's Damian Lee, and then it's Landry Shamet, and it's Landale in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's who's out there for Phoenix. And the Suns shooting it at 52%. Here's Shamet. Pass to Landale. 6 to shoot. Oh, it's stolen by Adams. And up the court come the Grizzlies on the break. Back to Bain. Fires from deep. Memphis the rebound. Jackson with it. Another shot. And the dunk by Jackson.
You like how Adams surveys the whole floor, allowing him to spot the wide open man.
About 1 minute played here in the fourth quarter. And it's Ja Morant with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Shamet. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Sharic. Back to Shamet. Launches a three. Hits the trifecta. Shamit's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three.
From range, Landry Shamet is just a natural. Has total confidence in his own abilities.
And Morant gets it to go.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
Outside Johnson. The three is up. And Morant clears the board.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. And it's Adams missing. Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Here's Lee, guarded by Bain. Right side Johnson. Back to Lee. Oh, and Jackson with the block.
Some scouts were surprised when Jackson's wingspan was measured over 7'5". That's a huge number, especially when you're talking about contesting shots.
The defense getting out-hustled on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Pass to Lee. The kick out to Johnson. Pulls it. That one's wide left.
Not sure if that's the shot you were looking for, but it's a fairly clean look. Almost have to take it.
Defensively, gotta close out a little faster. That's a look he'll make with regularity.
Phoenix calls timeout. They lead by 12. 1:57 left in the fourth. And the Suns going with a whole new group out there. Now Paul. Oh, there's the alley. Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
Excellent timing by Ayton on the alley-oop pass. He's perfectly positioned to throw it down.
And here's Morant outside, and Ayton pulls it down. Ayton's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. A minute 29 left in the game. Paul passes to Booker. Clock at 6. Takes the 3. And he can't get that one. And it's Memphis the other way. Here's Morant. Kept alive.
He had it rolling and then lost it for some reason. Let's see if he can get it back while it still matters.
Well, with a comeback out of range, we can put a bow on this one. Good performance for the Suns.
You can score without sharing the ball, but it can be a whole lot easier when guys are assisting one another.
Yeah, they were very patient. They were also unselfish, and ultimately, that's why they were so efficient.
And we get spoiled sometimes, but we should take a second to appreciate what a sensational performance this has been for Devin Booker.
You know, he was flying around on both ends of the floor. Terrific energy and enthusiasm, and that rubbed off on his teammates. I thought he was a catalyst tonight.
Outside Paul. Launches it. Here's Ayton. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. And the Suns lead by 19.
This has to feel good. They gave their fans a show and secured the W.
They're going to win by a nice margin. The effort was there all night.
So it's the Suns winning this one easily, showing that they're the far superior team.
A Sunday afternoon with the NBA. And Greg, you were talking about this. What you appreciate about this matchup, the team-first mindset on both sides.
Very unselfish. And we're going to see guys moving the ball. And Kevin, they play for one another. That's why these clubs rack up so many assists.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. The wing pairing, George and Leonard. Post tandem for him, Morris and Zubac. And it's Wall in at the point. Morant against Leonard. Kick out to Adams. Driving to the basket. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And this is part of Morant's role. As a guard, he's responsible for finding the open man.
Now here's Wall. Pass to Leonard. There's the three. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Here's Morant. Takes it inside. And then Morant slams it in.
And man, does Morant put on a show. He's got such insane athleticism.
First team foul.
Here's the Clippers.
Ja Morant impressed as a rookie, but in 2022, he really started blowing the roof off.
He's been doing some tremendous things. And how about a 52-point game in February that year? Only 12 of those points came from threes. That's a lot of buckets.
And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Fantastic defense, giving full effort.
And Wall kicks to Morris. Launches it. Los Angeles with a fresh shot clock. And George, here we go. The pass to Zubac. And Adams sends it back.
Adams puts every ounce of energy into his defense. He's not out there to contest shots. He's out there to reject it.
Morris with the ball. He's picked up by Morant. Brooks against Leonard. Outside for George. Shot clock at 5. Cranes the three-pointer.
And how about the read from John Wall? He knows the angles, sees the opportunity, and makes the right feed.
Now here's Morant. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. From deep, Wall. He can't get that one. And Memphis the other way now. Morant with it. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
From his first day in the league, opponents are going to make him earn it at the line. And look, Morant, he'll give him an easy look.
Both free throws good from Morant.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
Outside, George passes to Morris. From downtown, it's hauled in by Adams.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
One word you always hear the Grizzly players mention is chemistry.
Yeah, you can't fake chemistry, and it's true. When you ask these guys what makes their team special, they point out what a tight-knit group they are. Some people might not think chemistry is a big deal, but it is huge when it comes to this league.
And one thing is, if you look on paper, it could feel like there's chemistry. But as you know, sometimes it doesn't translate to the real world.
No, it does not translate. And then after that, if you don't have chemistry, you better have professionals.
And here are the Clippers now, following the score by Memphis. Morris finds Wall. Nobody near George. Los Angeles with another miss. And the Grizzlies leading by 4. It's stolen by Wall. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And the dunk by Zubac.
And how about that find by Leonard to a wide-open shooter? He's only getting better at seeing those gaps.
Ooh, what a slam! What a slam!
Gracious. And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. Wall passes to Leonard. Outside for George. Another shot on the wing, George. From outside, off the mark.
and he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Yeah, he needs to mix things up on the offense. He simply just can't keep missing shots at this rate because he's destroying his teammates.
And the Grizzlies call their first time out of the game. 32 seconds left here in the opening quarter. The 19-foot shot, and Morant gets it to go on the assist by Brooks. Morant's got 12 points in the game.
What I love about Morant is that he understands his strengths on offense, which is why he is so efficient.
Leonard inside, Brooks covering. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Brooks has got his 4th rebound in this one. And a wide open look for Payne. No good from outside. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter.
Please give a big round of applause for your Grizzlies youth dance team.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies. Here's Morant. Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. The wing pairing, George and Leonard. Post tandem for him, Morris and Zubac. And it's Wall in at the point guard.
When Morant drives, he is just so difficult to stop. His agility, that's what makes beating the D look so easy. I'm trying to think of the last time I saw him miss a shot like that. It's been a while.
Payne for 3. Rebound by the Clippers.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Well, in spite of the critics and the injuries, Paul George continues to produce one of the league's truly elite players.
Jackson against George. The 3 from Morant. It's hauled in by George. George has got his 4th rebound in this one. Morris passes to Zubac. Stolen by Brooks. And here we go with Adams running it up the court. On the wing, Brooks. Morant dishes to Brooks. Goes back up. And there's the nice layup by Adams. Adams has got the lead up to 10 now for the Grizzlies. Morant against Wall. Pass to Zubac. Adams, some nice D. And you mentioned the injuries for Paul George. Let's see, GA, the broken leg, shoulder surgeries, last season a torn elbow ligament.
And I'm sure there are a few others, Kevin. But give him credit. To battle through and maintain his greatness tells you something about his competitive will.
Zubac the pass to Morris. Over Brooks. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Well, some trips you get the shot you want, it just doesn't fall. I'd go back to him in that area on the floor.
Morant with a wide open look. Misses the 3. And so it's Wall. He brings it up for the Clippers. Nothing offensively yet from them in the second quarter.
Authoritative slam there by George, showing the defense he's ready to get physical.
Here's Morant, driving the lane, and then Morant slams it in.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Pocket 6. Shoots. And with that shot, the Grizzly lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Leonard. And in the last decade, defenses switching on screens has increased dramatically. Is this the new normal, you think?
Kevin, I think so. I think teams that switch well tend to defend well. Because switching can create mismatches, but it's harder to punish those now with all the help defense.
It's stolen by Adams. And here we go. Morant heading to the hoop. And finished up by Morant.
He's got an elite combination of speed and athleticism. Morant, he is special when he gets out in the break, though.
To the inside. Here's Leonard. And Adams sends it back. And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
First personal foul. First two.
Free throw good. Bain. And the Grizzlies leading by 13. Brooks outside. He kicks it to Morant. Jackson setting the pick here for Morant. And finished off by Morant.
This man was under-recruited in college. Can you believe that? And Morant, he still plays like he's trying to prove something.
It's Morris atop the key. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Morris has got his first bucket in this one. And here's Morant. He's got 22. And finished off by Morant.
Showing off that verb. Morant attacks the basket with just such intensity. There's not much any defense can do with it.
The Grizzlies have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight. There's 49 seconds left now here in the second. Leonard against Brooks. Leonard kicks to George. Back to Leonard. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. Leonard's got 7 points in the game.
Oh, nice work finding the open man by George. Plays like this prove he's a team player.
Here's Morant. Adams. And Adams with the slam.
And if you try to block his shot, you risk getting posterized because he is good at using that height to his advantage.
Now Leonard. He has 7. Morris passes to George. Here's the 3. Sinks the three-pointer. George has got 5 points in the quarter.
To have a knockdown three-point shooter with George's size and skill.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back.
32. The Clippers, 19.
After a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter. Sliced right through them.
And when you...
Oh, wow!
He'll put you on your heels in a hurry. Morant slicing through the D.
All taking his time here. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Wall. 9 points in the game so far.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
And it's Morant missing.
That's just a bucket. Look, you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss them.
Stolen by Jackson. Drive by Adams. Out to Brooks. Outside Jackson. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris. So Memphis ends up going with the new group. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Zubats. Robert Covington comes in for Marcus Morris. Norman Powell's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Luke Kennard in for Jordan. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Going to high school in the L.A. area, Zaire Williams played on a loaded team.
Yeah, of course, Zaire was a first-round pick in 2021, but he was the high school teammate of B.J. Boston, who was also selected in that draft. You throw in the sons of LeBron and D-Wade, and look, let's just say those gyms were sold out.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Off target with his 3.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Williams finds Clark. Here's Jones. Defended by Covington. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Reggie Jackson's checked in for John Wall.
Reggie Jackson.
Third quarter here. Over a minute and a half into it.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Jackson against Jones. It's stolen by Jones. Clark inside. Drops in the layup for two. Clark's got his second basket of the game. Now here's Jackson. Kicks it out to Covington. And the three ball is good.
Quick to fire off the pass. Got to stay up on Covington or that will happen.
And the Grizzlies leading by 14. Jones, no one around him. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Jones has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Powell down low. He's against Green. Jackson down low. He's guarded by Williams.
First personal foul. First team foul.
It's stolen by Green.
Good anticipation defensively. See the pass coming and manages to snatch it. Run it.
This is the mindset Clark has. He's opportunistic and really has an awareness of when to attack in transition.
Jackson kicks to Powell. A putback. And Jones pulls it down. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for Memphis. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Powell, no one around him. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Green inside. Kennard covering. From 20 feet out. Again, Memphis.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
They've had great execution, and what stands out is that they're just taking what the defense gives them, not forcing anything.
Well, this is where measurements don't tell the whole story. Clark is a tremendous shot blocker despite having an average wingspan.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Memphis shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Numbers last year for them, just about 73%, so the bottom third of the league.
Second free throw, no good. Clippers trail by 21. Here's Kennard. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
And how about the impact that Green has on his teammates?
He's been doing it for over a dozen years. A three-point specialist and a starter for the majority of his career. Great veteran presence for them to have in the locker room.
And the Clippers going with a whole new group out there. And the Grizzlies leading by 22. Jones looking for an opening. He dishes it to Williams. They kick it out to Green. Fires for 3. And they recover it. Pass to Williams. Memphis moving it around. And there's Green on the assist by Williams. Green's got 5 points now this quarter.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
On the wing, Morris. The kick out to Wall. A 3 from George. Zubats. It's good on the putback.
He'll be around the rim. Defense has always got to know his whereabouts.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, it's all about clock management with these situations. Let's see how it plays out.
Count that bucket.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
And so it's Memphis holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, the wing pairing, George and Leonard. Post tandem for him, Morris and Zubats. And it's Wall in at the point. Morant, and that one off the back of the rim and in. Morant's got 29 in the game. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Grizzlies. Here's George. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Morant passes to Adams. Back to Morant. Over Wall. And it's Morant missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Maybe they've been going to him a little too much. Now, he's having a great game, but his team is losing, and that is all that matters.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That's his first foul.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Shot from the inbound. He squares up and sinks it. And that's 31 points for John Morant.
Morant has a ridiculous motor. This man is finding points at all times. He never stops working hard on offense.
Stephen Adams, first personal foul.
And he makes the first.
At the line for the Clippers, Paul George.
And both free throws good for Paul George. Grizzlies have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Wall against Morant. Just 5 on the clock. High post shot. And the shot is long. Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. And Wall slams it home.
You can tell he put a lot of practice into that one. Wall's always ready to break out something slick if he's got the time and space.
Morant against Wall. Morant outside. On the wing, Bane.
A shot like that is a polite way to say, hey, coach, bench me.
Not only a terrible shot, but also at the worst possible time. That's just not good.
Yep, that one goes in there. George has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Wall against Morant. 6 to shoot. Feeds it to Adams. And that one goes out of bounds. Touched by Zubac.
Gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
That's fine. You love the effort, not making things easy for the opposition on offense.
And the shot goes in.
Closer in. Look, let me just tell you, Morant, he's going to find a way to score. He just has such a fantastic touch around the rim.
And the slam dunk by Wall.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
A point guard getting up like that? Boy, that is special.
Here's Jackson. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got 3 assists now in this one.
A big target with good hands. Jackson doing damage in the pick and roll.
Zubac finds Morris. And Morris throws it down.
He may not have that traditional power forward build, but his bounce, well, that kind of levels the playing field.
Now here's Morant for 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers. George has got 7 rebounds in the game.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Grizzlies.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought. An all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that. And man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for John Morant.
He came up with a bucket every time they needed him to. Great effort on offense, and he was a difference maker.
Brooks outside. Bane for 3. And Adams kicks to Bane. Here's Brooks. Wide open shot is on the money.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
It's always nice to perform like this, especially in front of the faithful home crowd.
And the defense knows George can score from there, which is what forces them to kind of compromise at times defensively.
And George drops them both. There's 42 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Pass to Brooks. And here is Adams. Stolen by Zubac. Outside Leonard. Three-pointer. Hits the three-point bomb.
It's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
It's a shame, really. If they had been playing like this last quarter, they might be in a different situation right now.
Now the pass to Adams. Memphis moving that ball around, and the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
LA ball.
We've got 13 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Morris with a screen on Bain. From deep, George, and again Los Angeles with the triple.
A good ball handler with an advanced offensive repertoire. George is more than comfortable in the pick and roll.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it for
let's meet the visiting team, Minnesota.
And as is the case most nights, we've got a lot of talent in the backcourt for both of these squads, Clark.
Yeah, there's so many outstanding shot makers and playmakers in the backcourts across the league. I do believe it is clearly a guards league these days. All of these guys can light it up and will light you up. So clearly a shooter's league is what you see most of now.
Looking at the starting five for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Towns plays the 4 with Gobert in the middle. The backcourt, it's Russell and Edwards. And it's Prince in at the 3, the small forward. Towns finds Edwards. Three-pointer off the mark. Here's the Grizzlies with the ball. Outside Bane, lets it go from deep. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
The first of many tonight. Both teams have legit offensive talent. Boy, I tell you what, that's going to be like a pinball machine, the way that scoreboard's going to light up.
The shot by Russell, no good. Jackson down low. Towns on him. And the dunk by Jackson.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard. You know, last year was all about forward progress for the Timberwolves. Recording their second winning season since 2005, getting on track for future success.
So what do you think the keys are that could help Minnesota continue to grow over last year?
Well, you know, there's always room for guys to improve their game. Oh, man. Whoa. Punch, that was.
Bad intentions.
I mean, just an agile move by Morant down low, working around the contact and getting it to go.
Edwards against Bane. Outside Russell. The Grizzlies pull it in.
Boy, that's a look he has to finish, and he knows it. Lone opportunity.
Morant, the pass to Bane. Outside for Morant. And then Morant with the dunk.
And adding to this lead right now. Riding a wave of momentum. Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
And the ball out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards.
Not sure what he was thinking about with that pass. Just sailed it right out of bounds.
Well, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Morant against Russell. And the dunk by Jackson.
And breaking out the one-hand slam.
Man, an emphatic way to extend the lead a little more.
Yes, indeedy. Well done.
Here's Edwards driving inside, and Edwards slams it in.
Boy, how about the strength of Edwards, confident at taking on defenders and finishing.
The Grizzlies have gone 5 of 5 in this quarter. Solid. Russell against Morant. Morant with the slam!
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want. Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
The shot by Russell, no good. All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for the Grizzlies?
Well, guys, early on, they're driving the lane constantly, using their quickness to gain an advantage. Look at their points off penetration. And, you know, in no time at all, they've also started finding points inside, already taking apart that interior defense.
Here's Morant. And then Morant with the jam!
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end. Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Edwards, the pass to Towns. Lots of room. Basket's good.
Capable of finding his open guys. Edwards getting better at improving his overall floor awareness. Nice to see.
Here's Morant. And fouled as he went up to dunk. Good aggressive move. He'll shoot a pair. The free throw drops for Morant.
At the line for Memphis,
John Morant.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Edwards with it, guarded by Morant. The three from Russell, and it's good. First made shot in 4 attempts.
And, you know, Russell is so smooth. He's got deceptive length, which allows him to get those shots off behind the arc.
That's Morant off the drive.
They played with fantastic energy from the opening tip. And, you know, when you've got a chance to put a team away early, you got to take it.
Gobert with a screen on Morant. Russell to pass to Gobert. Up top, Edwards. Guarded by Bane. To the wing, right side. 4 on the clock. Here's Russell. And it's Bane with the rebound.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
Here's Morant with the drive. Oh, misses the dunk.
Boy, that is a rarity. When he takes flight, he usually hammers that thing home. Outstanding move in the lane. Just enjoy that one at home, folks.
No doubt, with some huge elevation on the finish.
Boy, the defender might have to put his shoes back on after that move. Wow.
Ja Morant, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the...
Please give a big round of applause.
We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play. This one has been one-sided so far. Hey guys, the Grizzlies pretty much in control here.
They're off to a rock-solid start. They brought a well-thought-out plan into this one. Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
Setting the floor for the Timberwolves. The backcourt is Russell and Edwards. Towns and Gobert, the towering big men at the 4 and the 5. And it's Prince in at small forward. Right wing. Adams finds Morant. From deep. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Morant doesn't need the three-point shot to be effective. There's so much more to his game, but when it's dropping, he's lethal.
Edwards against Bane. Edwards, a pass to Russell. Here's Towns. It's Edwards on the wing, guarded by Bane.
Now showing you a willingness to want to make his teammates better with that pass there.
Edwards, a pass to Russell. Let's go with a 3. Knocks down the long J. Russell's got 6.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
Here's Morant. Takes. Oh my! Throw it down!
Yeah, an electric player. Morant just bouncing off the contact and finishing on the drive.
Here's Russell. Oh, stolen by Morant.
Timberwolves foul. Rudy Gobert. His third personal foul. First 2.
And Bane, no good on that one. And the league saw a dramatic rise in the number of take fouls to stop the fast break. Clark, was the time right to make a change?
No doubt about it, B.A. Anything that slows down the game in an artificial manner needs to be eliminated from the game. So I think it was overdue, but the fact that they got to this point is good. Plays with so much confidence. When Morant gets in a zone, he stays aggressive.
Here's Edwards. He can't hit that time. Now Memphis takes it the other way. And here's Morant. 21. Oh, my goodness!
Disrespectful. This guy is putting on a clinic for the people.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I can't believe he pulled that off in a real game.
Well, when you know it, you got to show it.
And Minnesota calls time here.
There's just a lot of wide open lanes to the rim here. That'll drive your coach nuts. And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
Outside Russell. Ooh, once again, off the mark by Minnesota. For Memphis, they've gotten off to a sensational 5-for-5 start in the second quarter. Morant, the pass to Adams. Here we go, all alone. Russell, that's good. Give him 8 points now.
Well, that's good work by Prince there, spotting the open man and then putting the ball on target on time right in the shooting pocket.
Here's Morant. And an intentional foul right there.
Rudy Gobert. His fourth personal foul. Second team foul.
Russell against Morant. Into the lane. And then Morant with the dunk.
The quick feed of Morant. He's so dangerous when he's cutting to the rim.
Up top, Edwards. Oh, hey, how about
big
that?
time right there. Big time.
Woo.
Watch out now. Look out below. Edwards rising to the raft.
Pass to Bain. 1:36 left in the second. Back to Morant. 6 on the shot clock. Oh, the Grizzlies get it back. Jackson with room to fire. And another basket for Memphis.
Flashing the in-between game. Nice. I mean, Jackson is more than capable of draining this when given the chance.
Edwards with it. Jackson in his pocket. Edwards against Jackson. Here's Russell. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Second personal foul.
Despite the wiry frame, taking it up strong inside, and D'Angelo will get free throws.
D'Angelo Russell. Taking 2 shots.
He hits the second from the line. The Grizzlies have gotten 7 of their first 9 shots to drop during the second. Here's Morant. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a 3-point play. Gobert. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he'll sit the rest of this one out. And the Timberwolves going with a whole new group out there. There's 57 seconds left in the first half of this one. Here's McLaughlin. Pass to McDaniels. Out of bounds. It'll be Grizzlies ball.
Miscommunication oftentimes leads to turnovers. That's something they'll want to discuss.
And Minnesota calls time here. A line change here for Memphis.
Yeah, coach no doubt wants to use this timeout to review the matchups and maybe make some adjustments as well. And I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
And here are the Grizzlies. They're on a 13-5 run.
On your feet, fans, here they come.
41 seconds left in the first half. And Williams punches it home.
Leaving absolutely nothing on the table right now. Their focus and execution has been outstanding. Yep, they're starting to stretch this lead out. Too much offense to keep pace with. Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Outside Jones. And he lobs it up. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
I wouldn't say that's exactly his spot now. I mean, and you can see why.
Here's Noel. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies ending the quarter.
Your Grizzlies, 24. The Timberwolves, 24.
As we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Oh, a fantastic game from Ja Morant in this one.
Yeah, tonight, he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing. Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him, body him up, be physical with him.
We've got Brandon Clark. John Conchar is out there with Tyus Jones. Then it's Green, and it's Williams in at power forward. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Anderson passes to Reed. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
First personal foul.
That's on Brandon Clark.
The officials were right on top of that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Now Jones. Well, he hasn't put up any points yet in this one. Throws it up high, and Williams punches it home.
Gliding the pass to where it needed to be.
Wow, a strong finish to seal the deal.
And that's an alley-oop that'll be loop-to-loop all day long on the highlight reel.
They grab their own miss. Anderson. McDaniels passes to Anderson. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, you can't give him any room to maneuver on the board because once he does, he's going to make you pay.
Now here's Jones. Defense right on him. Inside. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt. On the wing, Noel. Pass to McLaughlin. Here's Reed. Here's Noel. Here's McLaughlin. Clock at 6. Back to Noel. Goes up on the wing. The Grizzlies pull it in. Earlier they held a 23-point lead. Now Jones. This one for 3. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Boy, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
And a new group getting ready for the Timberwolves. Towns, he's checked in for Anderson. Prince comes in for McDaniels. Anthony Edwards is checked in for Noel. And Russell is subbed in for McLaughlin.
Edwards is so physically developed already. Just brushes off the contact there. Really strong drive by Edwards.
And he's going for the oop here. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. There's the drive.
Boy, tonight just gives you a picture of the potential of Edwards. I mean, this guy is an electrifying scoring guard.
Clark with a screen on Russell. Jones drives in. Oh, Clark with the slam.
You know, passes like that go a long way. Terrific teamwork.
Up top, Edwards. 12 points for him. The Grizzlies have gone 4 of 4 in this third quarter. Perfect so far. Pass to Jones.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Oh, and Reed with a block. Now here's Edwards. Defense is right there.
I don't think I've ever seen a lack of effort from Towns on the glass. He is a glass eater and keeps possessions alive for his team.
Outside Jones from deep three-point range. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. The 3 from Russell. The shot comes out. Memphis has gone 3 of 4 from distance in this game. Russell against Williams. Jones from outside. Nails it from 3. Jones has got 6.
Ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
Here's Edwards. Driving to the basket. Clark grabs the board.
Trying to show off for the fans and give them their money's worth. Just couldn't finish.
And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Any hope of coming back to win this game looks near impossible.
I know. The way things have gone so far, hard to imagine.
And we all know how explosive Edwards can be, reminding us there with that thunderous slam.
Pass to Bain. From the arc. Russell with the rebound. The Timberwolves have gone 5 of 11 in this third quarter. Edwards, a pass to Towns. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. 6 points for him.
Excellent job by Towns to stick with it.
didn't let the defender get to him there.
Here's Morant. And he gets it to go from the high post.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies. They have a confident 20-point lead right now.
Please give a big round of applause.
And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the court for the Timberwolves, the backcourt is Russell and Edwards. Nas Reed out there with Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Prince in at the 3 slot. Here's Morant. He takes it in. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Towns has got 4 rebounds now. And Edwards slams it in.
Doing all he can so far, but they still find themselves trailing.
Morant against Russell. The drive by Morant. And then Morant with the jam.
He's shaking the hoop. He's actually shaking the whole building.
Oh, what a slam. Look here, the fans going crazy right now.
Platinum level highlight reel material. That is Showtime stuff there.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, you know, with that size difference, that's not an easy shot. I mean, I don't care how close to the rim he is, that's a tough shot.
Morant against Russell. Shot clock at 6. Up top, Morant. The 3. They get it back. Here's Adams. The 3. And Morant with the basket on the assist by Adams. Morant's got 5 points now this quarter. Here's Edwards. Drives to the hoop. And Edwards slams it in.
Well, I tell you what, once Edwards accelerates, I mean, he looks like he's playing at a different speed than those around him.
Morant with it. Oh, and Reed with a block. Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
On the front foot, attacking the defense. This is Anthony Edwards at his best.
For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field in this final quarter. Morant against Russell. Outside Morant. Kicks it out to Jackson. Pass to Bane. 3-pointer. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Boy, it's been a 3-point barrage. They came out gunning.
Oh, what a hammer! Oh, man!
Getting up and then throwing it down.
Oh, that was a big hammer right there.
Boy, the guys on the bench loving every minute of that one.
Driving in, and Edwards slams it in.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
And it's Towns with the power finish.
And a good call. Towns, one of the best in the league with the catch and flush.
Pass to Adams. They set the pick from the high post. Misses off the left iron. Minnesota shooting it well, around 55% for the game. Outside Edwards. Fires the 3. The shot won't fall. Now Memphis takes it the other way. Earlier they held a 23-point lead. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Adams.
Hurts to see that kind of mistake. Coach is going to be on him about that one.
A minute 6 left in the fourth quarter here. Pass to Prince. Here's the three. Nails it from beyond the arc.
And you know Prince is feeling it when he takes this shot. Love the confidence. At this point, it's looking like it's over. Time is winding down, and this is going to be a win for the Grizzlies.
And they got a huge boost from their reserves tonight.
Yeah, the point differential between the two benches was a deciding factor in this game.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Ja Morant.
And, you know, there was no stopping him tonight. Whenever he got the ball, he was looking to score, and rightly so.
That's tipped.
I hate to say it, but I'm pretty sure we can close the book on this one.
Yep, I'd agree with you. Chalk it up. W in the bag.
Out of bounds. It'll go to the Grizzlies. And here are the Grizzlies now. 11-point game. Pass to Adams. Morant with it. Back to Bain. Now here's Morant. Guarded by Russell. Stolen by Reed. Outside Edwards. From deep. No luck on that one. Misses. And so Memphis takes this one by a big margin. A clean win, and one where they clearly showed better energy.
Welcome to 2K Sports. We always fun to be on the call for one of these games, Brent. Conference rivals going at it. So much emotion. Teams that are very familiar with each other.
I love it, Kevin, and I'm so happy to be here with you for this one. This is going to be awesome. You don't get a lot of games like this, so hype, where the crowd is really into it. So let's move up a little bit and sit on the edge of our seats, should we?
And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. Paul and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. Up it forward, they'll have Bridges and Crowder. And it's Ayton in at the center position.
Defense unable to stop DeAndre Ayton that time, getting inside and using his frame.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
Young big men, though, often struggle to find consistency. But you look at Ayton's first 4 seasons, the numbers are almost identical year to year.
Morant looking around. He feeds it to Adams. Fires at the elbow. And it's Devin Booker with the rebound. And for Ayton, the numbers are impressive indeed, averaging a double-double every season.
And he's got all the tools. Next step, making more plays for others, and they've been working on his shooting range to open up the lane a bit more.
Here's Morant after the made shot from Jay Crowder.
Yeah, that's fire right there. Morant practicing for the dunk contest. I see you, young fella.
Paul dishes to Ayton. Back to Paul. Shot clock at 6. That one, no good. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. Here's Morant. Oh, he misses the dunk.
Let's hope for his sake that he does not try that one ever again.
The kick out to Crowder. Over in the corner, Paul wants to get it to Booker and does. Paul passes to Bridges. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Memphis. Morant with it. He's picked up by Paul. Morant outside. Driving in. And then jammed down as he goes right over Chris Paul.
How about the authority from Morant? The way he was running, you knew he was aiming to shatter the rim.
Now here's Paul from past the arc. It's hauled in by Adams. Something you noticed about these Suns last year was their offensive talents, Brent. It could be seen from top to bottom.
Man, they got plenty of great shooters on the floor. Obviously one of the great distributors of all time in Chris Paul. And with these guys scoring in a variety of ways, really tough to defend from inside, outside, and the deadly mid-range of your leader.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
I like when Devin Booker's decisive about forcing the action. It's clear the defense is respecting his ability to score the ball.
Both free throws good from Booker.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Here's Morant. And Morant throws it down.
And that's impressive. Morant's ball control and take charge attitude is what makes him so special.
The kick out to Crowder. Back to Paul. Booker outside. Lets it go from deep. And the Suns. And so Morant will bring it up for Memphis. 1:31 left in the first quarter. And Morant throws it down.
Yeah, I'm amazed at Morant's ability to take contact and still stay in full control.
Paul surveying the floor. Banked in off the glass.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Morant with another miss.
Grizzlies foul.
The Suns shooting their third free throw shot of the game.
First personal foul. Second team.
And that one falls for Bridges.
Bridges is shooting a high percentage, and the game really does come naturally to him.
The Suns leading. There's 49 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Booker with no one around. Good on the three-point shot.
3 points.
Booker's got 5 now.
Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Brooks finds Bain. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Booker against Bain. Booker in the post. Bridges outside. Clock at 6. Nice D from Brooks. Here's Morant. And then jammed down as he goes right over Chris Paul.
And you're just asking to get burned when you give Morant a lane, using that speed to his advantage.
It's a tie game in Memphis. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of the break.
Please give a big round of applause.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And taking a look at the Grizzlies' performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
The wingmen are Bain and Brooks. Adams is the pivot for him with Jackson Jr. at the 4. And it's Morant in at the 1 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies.
And we talk about the playmaking ability of CP3. 3rd all-time in career assists, 2nd all-time in career assist percentage, and he looks far from done.
Paul kicks to Booker. For 3. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Booker. Here's Morant. He's got 12. And there's the drive. And then Morant rams it in.
And focus there from Morant. He just takes them all on and stays locked in on the basket.
And Greg, what separates Paul from the other 2 guys that have more career assists is that Paul also averaged 18 points a game.
And he scores with efficiency. Really a one-of-a-kind talent. When he finally does decide to hang him up, I think he'd make a great head coach as well.
Brent, do you think shooting has improved over the years, or are there just more good shooters on the floor?
Well, Kevin, if you had a bubble, I'd be bursting here right now, because if you look back over the last 10 years, maybe go 20 years, shooting has not changed. Percentages have not changed, both from 2-point land, 3-point land, free throw line. It's not that there are more good shooters in the league. There's just more surprises as to who it is you see taking the shots. Well, we're chipping some orange paint off the rim here, guys. They must be more patient on offense and trying to find ways to penetrate inside and get closer to the rim.
All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
Oh, man, how about the mid-range jumper from these guys? It's on tonight, a huge part of their offense so far.
And getting to the inside is really important, but it's how close you can get to the basket. It feels like these guys are all around the rim in their attack tonight.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Paul passes to Booker from 18 feet away, and he hits the jump shot. 7 points for Devin Booker.
Chris Paul is going to find anybody that's leaning the wrong way, let alone leaving an open man.
Here's Morant. The shot comes out. Good work defensively by Paul. Kicks it out to Booker. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 3 assists now in this one.
Somebody's going to set him up, and Devin Booker's going to knock him down. Thrives in that catch and shoot.
Morant against Paul. Out of bounds. Phoenix will take possession. Now a timeout called by Memphis. Frank, Chris Paul is undoubtedly one of the smartest players in the NBA.
And that's why he's been able to maintain such a high level of play for so long. As one of his teammates said, he has an IQ that's going to keep him on the floor until he's 50.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. No good off the back of the rim. And so it's Payne with it. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. Trailing by 2. Here's Morant. Here he goes. And then Morant slams it in.
And relentless in his attack. Morant is wearing down the defense, putting up some huge numbers here tonight.
Now Paul. Kicks it out to Booker. 5 on the clock. Over Bain. Phoenix, no good that time either.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Kicks it out to Booker. Second shot opportunity. And the wide open shot from Crowder. And the Suns miss again. For Memphis, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Out to Morant. Back to Brooks. Takes a 3. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Up top, Morant. Defended by Paul. Here's Brooks. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Phoenix has gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter. Only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. The kick out to Crowder. Second chance shot. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
And you wonder if Ayton's one of those guys who realizes just how physical and tough he can be.
The Suns shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
Jackson setting the pick here for Morant. It's good from long range. Morant's got 20 points.
And no question, Morant has the range. Now he's working on the consistency, but the shot looks good.
Ball against Morant. The kick out to Crowder. Just 5 to shoot. Ayton a screen on Morant. Ball passes to Ayton. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Morant with it. 2 on the clock, and the shot goes down. And now a 3-point Memphis lead.
And with the pace that Morant plays with, that great.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily. We've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
So with Paul on the bench, here's the group that Monty Williams has on the floor. Johnson and Sharich are the 3 and the 4. Lee out there with Landry Shamet. And it's Landale in at the pivot, manning the middle. Floats it up for Williams. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Man, how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Shamet kicks to Sharich. Sharich has screen on Green. Sharich passes to Johnson. A second chance effort. And he sinks the layup. Johnson's got his first points in this one.
And Sharich, just one of those European players that comes over with the fundamentals. Beautiful play there.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And that's going to be a travel.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
The Suns trailing. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Out to Lee. Sharich, right side. And there's a whistle that goes on John Concho. That's his first foul. Now, here's Shamet, defended by Jones. Passes it to Landale. 6 to shoot. Here's Johnson. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net. This game has a lot of character here in the third period. 6 changes of the lead here.
Intensity is the theme for this one.
Floats it up for Williams. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Landale pass to Sharich. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And now it's a 3-point Suns lead.
Fighting through the contact, Dario does a great job that time.
Jones looking for an opening. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Landale. He's covered by Clark. Pass to Shamet. Six on the shot clock. There's the pass to Landale. And he makes that one. Landale's got the lead up to 5 now for the Suns.
The defense so concerned with Shamet and his shot-making ability, he makes the play that time.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Adams, he's checked in for Clark. Jackson comes in for Williams. Dylan Brooks, he's checked in for Green. And it's Bain in for Conjo. Shamet with it, working on Jones.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job. Recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
Jones, no luck.
I think he rushed that one just a little bit, thinking the defense was going to get close. They weren't.
Lee passes to Landale. Out to Lee. Johnson outside. From the arc. Connects from 3-point range. Johnson's got 7 points in the game.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
Well, with the confidence growing, that's one thing, but they seem to be getting more intense, and that's helping the quality of their play here.
Bain against Lee. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And how about the role reversal there? I mean, slamming it down right in the face of the big fella.
Out to Lee. Latre. Another 3 for Phoenix.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Well, the thing is, they're controlling the pace right now, and if that was the mantra for them at halftime, they've carried it out.
Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone. Here's Sharich. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. The Grizzlies trail by 9. Jackson down low. He's against Lee, and they pick up 2.
And that is quickly becoming Jackson's domain. He's such a strong finisher in the paint.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And here's Johnson outside. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. It's Jones on the wing. Out to Brooks. A 3-ball. That shot missing. Suns have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
Second personal foul. Second team.
And the toughness Saric provides is an important component. A physical, strong forward who does whatever is asked of him.
And so it's the Phoenix Suns in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. A good size advantage, and they'll look to increase it. We'll get right back to the action when we return. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we note, is peripheral vision.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. In at the guard spots, Morant and Bain. At the forward spots, it's Brooks and Jackson Jr. And it's Adams in at the 5. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies.
You know, you'd love to see him pull that off, but instead he goes from highlight reel to the bloopers.
Booker against Morant. Pass to Paul. Kicks it out to Booker. Shot clock at 6. All alone. And he gets the jumper to drop. Booker's got the lead up to 10 now for the Suns.
And there's not a thing you can do against Devin Booker when he's heating up like this.
Morant with a wide open look. Buries the long-range jumper. Morant's got 25 points.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Morant against Paul. Here's Booker. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
Doing most of his damage on the perimeter. That time, Devin Booker showing he can score close to the rim.
Now, here's Morant for 3. Morant with another miss.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from 3-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Bridges finds Booker. Here's Ayton. Misses from short range. Morant outside. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Bridges with the steal. And now the Suns, a fast break. The kick out to Crowder. Back to Booker. Outside Crowder. And a great assist by Booker as that one goes in. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle steps for the Suns.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
Something else I've seen from them in this game is just how quick they are to capitalize on a turnover. I mean, they're pouncing on that stuff. You got to be careful when you're handling the ball around them.
Boy, Morant's brought a lot of excitement. He almost always makes the night's highlight reel. He is what I'd call an elite showman.
All up top. On the wing, Bridges. Another 3 for Phoenix.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the 3-point line.
Memphis foul. John Morant. Second personal foul. First team foul.
final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
And here's Booker. From deep three-point range. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. From 20 feet out. And he overshot that one, missing.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
1:30 left in the fourth quarter, and he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
1:30 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Ayton. Nailed from three-point land. And the Suns lead by 17.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Suns.
And they're fully in control now, but there were some tense moments, I thought, for them throughout this game.
Listen, they certainly weren't coasting, despite what the score looks like. I love the way they came together, though, when everything started to look a little dire and really put the hammer down.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Devin Booker.
Just really loved his activity level here tonight. Constantly mixed it up, and he threw himself into a lot of plays.
Morant kicks to Jackson. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. .54 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Booker outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires the three. Knocks down the three ball.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Now here's Ayton. From deep. And it's Morant with the rebound. It's tipped and stolen by Booker. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up.